Dr. Green here with Momenta Chiropractic, and today we're going to go over the Cat Camel Exercise, which is a great exercise for improving thoracic mobility, especially if you feel like you get a little bit of like a stiff mid-back. So we're going to start on our hands and knees, and we want to think about this in the context of all three regions of the spine, which is the lumbar, thoracic, and cervical spine. So what we're going to do is we're going to start kind of in the lumbar spine by rotating our pelvis down. So if you'll notice, we're kind of going like belt buckle to belly button. We're going to kind of tuck the pelvis underneath, and that starts to round our lower back or our lumbar spine. The next part, in order to start to round the thoracic spine just above, is you can go flat hand or fists, and we're going to make sure that our elbows are extended, right? So tilting the pelvis underneath, and then we're going to push through the ground or push through our wrists or hands to see if we can wrap those shoulder blades around and get that nice round through the thoracic spine. Next part is going to be the neck. So if the goal is to kind of flex that whole spine, we're going to allow the head to tilt down, right, as we kind of go into that flexed position. So tilting the pelvis underneath, pushing through the hands and wrists, and then letting that head fall and seeing if we can round all the way, really pushing through to see if we can get that good mobility in a flexed position, okay? The next part is extension. So same thing, kind of starting a little bit at the mid-back. So rather than having it be tucked, we're going to allow the pelvis to rotate forward, which starts to extend the low back. Then we're still not going to kind of allow our elbows to bend. We're going to keep that extended, and then we're going to allow our shoulder blades to drop just a bit, or our chest to drop through our shoulder blades, kind of pulling them back, right? And then we lift the head and start to extend the neck, okay? So once more, we're extending or tilting the pelvis forward, right? Then we're letting our chest drop and shoulder blades come together as the head comes up into extension. So we're going to go through both of these, right? In flexion and then into extension, starting with the pelvis. So we rotate the pelvis under, push through the wrists, let the head fall, and then allow it to completely round. Then we're going to start with the pelvis. So letting the pelvis extend, then allowing the mid-back to extend and slowly bringing the head up into extension, repeating all the way through. Sometimes what we can do is add a couple breaths in certain places. So if you want to be able to kind of like get a little bit more expansion in that flex position, getting into that flex position, big breath in, seeing if you can expand the rib cage and get some of that movement. And then same thing in extension, breath all the way out and allowing yourself to really fall into that fully extended position to allow for the most mobility. So usually we'll give this a rep range of about 5 to 10 repetitions through, depending on what's going on, and always making sure that if there's any pain somewhere that we're discontinuing that. So if you have any questions, let us know.